Welcome to Modern Day Abigails. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new." So let's listen to God's Word, where everyday lives transform and where we can become the women God created us to be. Alrighty, welcome back to Modern Day Abigails. I'm going to push a button and see which one it is. Joanna, A through I.
A through do
Pick one. A through I.
Z. Okay, that's not in the limit. J. H-I-J. That's not it either.
Right,
G. Okay. G is in the middle. Okay.
I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah. I totally get it. You're a numbers person, not a letters person. We're okay. We're okay.
I'm so not. It just two X's.
But we are back to another episode of Modern Day Abigails. I'm Anna.
I'm Joanna.
And we do have a special announcement to make. We're very excited.
We do?
Yeah. Our producer extraordinaire.
We do. And that's today.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Ray, our producer, my husband, our pastor who does Set for Life Radio.
He's a one-stop shop.
Yeah, he is. And he actually got us a spot on a streaming radio station called Sun, like the S-O-N, S in Jesus, Salt and Light. Sun, Salt, Light. And we're very excited. Today will be our first episode. Well, today when we're recording, I don't know when you're going to listen to this, but tonight, it's July 4th at 6 p.m. will be our first episode on the radio. He did warn them. He said, like, you might want to He told me, you might want to listen to him first.
We don't have any editing.
No. And we're a podcast. We're not
proud
radio.
about that.
Yeah, we are. So anyway, we're excited that we get to be on Saturday and Sundays at 6 p.m. Yeah. And like I said, our biggest mission is to see lives change, see people, see women get saved, watch them get changed, become a new creation so that their whole household will change. Because the Lord does makes a lot of promises in the Bible that it can be the whole household. I mean, if we think about it, one of the perfect examples is the woman at Jericho. What's her name?
Rahab.
She's
my girl.
She is. And think about it. When she made the decision to help them, she made the decision to believe, her and her whole household were saved.
Yeah.
So it's a great example of why we do what we do is because we want to see women get saved by Jesus. We want to see their lives changed and we want to see the whole household changed. So that's why we're here. We're not here to, well, we're going to stomp on toes today, but but sometimes you got to get your toes.
Yeah, we stomp on toes.
Well, it's okay.
We stomp on our own toes.
I was going to say, it's only fair because we stomp on our own toes. We walk around with broken toes half the time.
We're not biased. We do ours too.
Stop. And usually, ladies, we're not kidding when we tell you when we go through these, a lot of times we've already been stomped on and because we had to go through it first before we can talk to you about it.
Oh my gosh, Anna. So I called you the other day. I was distraught. We're not going to say why I was distraught. And you were like, oh, well, that's what we're talking. That's what our podcast is over. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Believe me, you know what my next prayer was? Please, Lord, I know she's going to do me next. And I need, please.
Because every time I've got a weird thing, then you go through it within like a week or two, vice versa.
And I asked for, I did. I'm like, Lord, please have mercy on me. Please, I can't do this. Please.
You sure did while I was on the phone with you, freaking out.
I know. I'm like, I know. I understand you're freaking out, but hang on because I'm going to be next. I don't want to be next.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. You know what? Listen, when you got a prayer partner, that's what happens sometimes.
You got to go through it together. That's why, you know what? That's the beautiful part about relationship. We're not about religion. We don't agree with religion.
No.
It's about relationship.
Yeah.
And the Lord wants us not only to have a relationship with Him, but He wants us to have relationships with the people around us, whether it be a spouse, a child, a parent, a sister, a good friend. He wants us to build relationships because relationships is what makes change, not religion.
That's the thing I love about being a Christian is because it is not a religion. A lot of people who are not Christians think that it's a religion,
right?
But it is absolutely 120% not a religion. It is a relationship with Jesus Christ.
Exactly. And I love it when people come up to me and one of the things they'll say is, well, I don't like religion. I'm like, you know what? I don't either.
Me either.
Because it's about a relationship. And then they don't know what to do after that usually. They get
real quiet or change the subject because they don't know. I had one person, my family member, argue with me. And they're like, it is too a religion. I'm like, it is not. You don't even know. You're not even a Christian. You can't talk about something you're very unaware of.
Exactly. And then, and here's why also is the problem. In our generation, or actually the next generation, the generations we're watching, their idea of relationship.
The ones that are a mess.
Yeah. Is their idea of a relationship is based on their friends on a text on social media. They're looking for their value. They're looking for the relationships in social media, and it's not there. You're not going to find it. You find fighting. Some people use it the right way. I'm not saying that's all bad. I personally do not get on social media. I am very not OCD. I am. My grandson is not. I told you that the other day, didn't I? He is not OCD, and it drives me insane. You should see the beautiful bracelet he made me. But do you know how bad I want to cut it?
Is there no method to the madness?
No, and I just want to redo it so bad. But I won't.
You can't touch that.
I did not. I have not.
Listen, he will know. He's got a memory like no other.
That is true, because he would look at it and go, Karina, you changed it. But the reason I say that is I got so stressed out whether somebody would know if I liked one person's post versus another person's post.
Really?
Yes, I did. I got myself so worked up and so upset that I might hurt somebody's feelings. And I'm like, I can't do it. So that's why I got off social media. I just couldn't do that. I put so much pressure on myself. I couldn't do it.
You do that to yourself. You do have this thing in you where you sometimes base decisions on whether or not it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. Yeah. I am the exact opposite.
No, at work,
I do not care.
No, at work, I'm a total different person.
Yeah.
At work, at the office, I'm a total different person. I love you. I want to bless you. But if we're not doing the process correctly, I'm going to say something because I can't. Yeah. I have to be like that. But at home, on my own personal time and looking at my social media.
And at the church too.
It's different. It's totally different. I'm a totally different person.
Yeah. I'm just like, hey, they're big girls and boys.
Yeah.
But look, we all have issues and we all have to figure it out.
And it was crazy because that's not normally me. But when I got on social media, that's who I became. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need this. Yeah. And I got off and I have not regretted it a bit. Mm-hmm. If we're really, truly friends, I'm either talking to you on my text or I'm talking to you face to face.
That's one thing I love about MDA, our podcast here, Modern Day Abigails, is that we don't know how to do social media.
No,
neither one of us. No. You don't even have it.
No,
I don't know how to. I know how to scroll and share, but that's it. I don't know how to post. I think I've posted one thing in my entire life, and I had to have help.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like Pinterest. Yeah. All I have to do is look. Now, I have to be careful on Pinterest too, because I'll see things and I'll overthink them. And then I start getting myself into a tizzy because I'm overthinking something I saw on Pinterest.
Pinterest, like the craft section?
Yeah. Well, sometimes they have like Christian stuff, and sometimes they have like things about children or things about husbands and this and that and pets. And I couldn't tell you how many times I almost came home with a cat because God, that's a cute kid. I want a kid in. And
Ray would kill you.
Well, that's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are we going anywhere today? Where are we going?
Actually, yes. And the reason that's why I wanted. How did we get there?
This is how we roll. Yeah, we don't know how we got here.
Oh, we're talking about relationship.
Okay, yes.
And this is very important. So this is very, very important what we're talking about relationship, because we're about to look at a relationship with Rachel, Leah, and Jacob. Jacob's relationship to Rachel, Jacob's relationship with Leah, and Rachel and Leah's relationship. Could you imagine if they had social media? No.
Listen, we'll get there in our own time, in our own way. Here we go.
Yeah, we just wanted you to relax, sit back, take a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I was saying is another derail is that I was pretty excited that the Lord is moving and grooving with our, oh my gosh, listen, y'all.
Podcast.
First of all, shout out to California because y'all are rocking it. Nice. We appreciate you girls. Yes. Whoever's listening. We're geared towards women, but we do have men that listen too. So anyway, shout out to you. May the Lord bless everybody. We just love y'all. And one day, I've said it so many times, I'm going to make a list of all over the world, the listeners all over the world. We don't know who you are, but we know where you're from. And so it's just amazing to us, again, because we don't advertise. We don't have social media.
Right.
And Lord's just moving and grooving. We take zero credit because, again, as you can tell,
Lord.
We do not know what we're doing.
We got 34 in Hong Kong right now.
34 in Hong Kong.
And we're thinking, you know, if you are a guy listening, we're not supposed to teach you, so we are not teaching you, but we do hope if you happen to be listening that we're giving you good tools to help with your wife.
Absolutely.
She needs
or daughter.
Or daughter. Remember, we're only normal once a month. I'm serious. That's what pretty much. If you look at the ebb and flows, we're normal once a month. That's it.
We can't even figure out ourselves, so we don't expect you guys to figure us out.
So we help you. That's the only reason you'd be listening.
Anyway, okay, let's
start
do
with
it.
our awkward question that I get you every time.
Oh my gosh, and I already forgot again. We already talked about it. And I forgot.
We talk about it. I do this every time to her. So
I know.
I want to ask about a deep desire that you've had that you never prayed about, or better yet, most likely is, what have you thought about and then later thought, oh, I should have prayed about that first. I'm already halfway through this. I should have prayed and I didn't.
I'm going to have to come back to you because nothing is popping into my head at the one. I've been a Christian for a long, long time, so I pray about almost everything. But so why don't you answer that question and I might have an answer.
Well, I'm about to say, I do have a tendency when I'm at the office that I don't think about things at first. I'm like trying to get it done and then I'll stop and go, you know, why didn't you pray about that? Like I have some DOT issues because it's new and I'm trying to learn it. And
what's a DOT?
Department of Transportation. If you have vehicles that are over a certain limit, so it's usually trucking companies who need it. But if you have a service truck.
Oh, I know that. I worked for one. All right. I'm with you.
Hey, wait, do you know about DOT?
No.
Oh,
but I've heard the name and I should have known that.
Okay. Anyway, so that's been an issue, or I've had some weird shipments and just things that could go wrong, did go wrong. And I'm like, okay, I should have prayed ahead of time. You know, like, hey, you know, you're about to get the shipment. Why don't you go ahead and pray about it ahead of time? And then pray that it all goes well. So anyway.
Okay.
Things like that.
I have something.
Okay.
You know how, and I have no idea why, but I've got spurts where everything in my house breaks.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. So I am currently dealing with a busted water pipe in the wall. And we're in the process of whatever goes along with that. So anyway, so in the middle of that, my ice maker broke, my car broke.
Might be able to help you with the ice maker if you still need it.
Got it fixed. And then something else broke. Oh, the potty broke. Had to get that fixed. And then something else. Anyway, it's always like this. It comes in massive spurts. And my initial reaction, after the first thing breaks, I'm pretty cool. But when we had all of these things break in a 3-week period.
Yeah.
And so that happens all the dang time. At least once a year, there's something that breaks and it's always in a cluster. So by the time the second or third thing is breaking, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Because it's a cha-ching money situation every single time. And so I just, the first one, I'm like, oh God, that's weird. But now I'm on the second, now I'm on the third, and it's only been a week and a half since the first major thing broke. So I'm always just a freaking out. And then I have to step back, relax, and I'll be like, oh, okay, relax. You have people you can call for this, and this. You're good. Lord, help me.
Right.
He's not my go-to. When I'm having a freak out.
I'm about to say, you know what? When your pipe busted, I should immediately pray, not just for you, but I also should have prayed for me because we always go through things in tandem.
For reals. And it happened to you.
And I'm waking up. She's going through the middle of this.
It's not even a week later.
I don't even think it was a week later. I wake up to, like, my dog usually gets me up anyway because he's got issues. So I go to the little girl's room, and when I come out, I step in a puddle, and I'm thinking, oh my God.
That's how mine started.
Like, oh no, my dog peed all over the floor. That's what my thought was, he needed to go potty and I wasn't fast enough. And because usually we're fine. In fact, usually he goes with me and then we walk out to his. So we always go in pairs. And so I grabbing up some old towels and
buddy system.
Yes. And I grabbed some old towels that was in the guest room, and I'm putting it down. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot of water for pee. My God, I hope he's okay. And then I hear something. I'm like, what is that noise? And there was water shooting out of our fish tank. There was a hole.
Which is right in front of the bathroom.
Yes,
that's the only reason you noticed it.
It was because it was around the corner, like a slight corner. Yeah. We don't really have a hallway, but it's itty bitty corner, and I hear this noise and the seam towards, not at the bottom. Thank God it wasn't at the bottom, but it was a quarter way from the bottom, and it's just shooting out water. And it looked like a bad cartoon because when Ray had gone,
shattered.
Well, Ray had gotten up, and I said, "I'm sorry, the dog peed." He's like, "Whatever." And then when he's coming out, I'm like, "Ray, it's the fish tank. It's the fish tank." So I'm plugging up that hole with my finger, and he's trying to find a shop vac so he can get the water out of the fish tank. And thank God, but by God's grace and mercy, there was enough water in there for the fish to survive.
Good.
Until the next morning, we moved it. He got a small fish tank ready for the little guys, and then the big guys had to hang out in the bucket for a little while.
So what we noticed, I don't even know, we're so off topic. So what we noticed,
we're talking about praying, and that as soon as you had your situation, I should have been praying immediately. I should have been praying immediately.
Listen, as soon as you did your roof, I needed to be praying.
Yes.
As soon as I did my water heater, you needed to be praying. It's just like that. It's
all the time.
Every time something happens, the other is almost always right behind.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that.
No. But we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, if you go first, I'm not really happy about that.
Yeah, me neither. And that's what we're seeing here with Rebecca, Isaac, and Rebecca and Isaac. We saw Rebecca praying. In Genesis 28, we saw her praying. She's talking to the Lord about the babies. Why are they fighting in the womb already? They haven't even made it outside the womb, and they're already fighting.
Already at it.
He said the younger one's going to serve the older one. No, the older one would serve the younger one. And there's all these promises. And then so we saw, that was like 27 or so. And then in 28, we saw how she helps deceive her husband so that to make sure that her son Jacob, her favorite one, gets the blessing. Because somehow Esau, who had sold his birthright, still thought he was going to get a blessing. Because he did not respect his birthright, but he was expecting a blessing anyway.
He didn't respect anything.
We do that to God all the time. We don't respect what God says or does, but we expect a blessing out of it.
Or when it doesn't go our way,
we get mad at
either get mad at God,
Yeah.
especially for those who don't even quote, I'm doing air quotes here, believe in Him.
But it's His fault.
Yeah, and I always say, excuse me, you can't blame somebody you don't believe in.
Exactly.
You got to pick a different thing.
Exactly. So now that's where we're leaving off. So she's like, she got real dramatic and told Isaac, if my son marries one of these women, that I'm going to die and you need to send him to my family to get a wife, which she was right. I mean, she didn't need to be so dramatic about it, but she was right. He did not need to be marrying any of the women like Esau had of their area they were in. He needed to stay in the line because God had made a covenant promise. So he did need to marry the correct wife. So we saw how the servant of Abraham prayed for a wife for Isaac, and he got Rebecca. Well, we're going to watch Jacob journey to his family, and not once do we ever see him praying for a wife. Not once. And we're going to see what happens because of that.
His servant did, though.
Not Jacob's.
Not Jacob's.
No, it was Isaac's servant did. Or
Isaac.
Yeah, Abraham's servant prayed for Isaac's wife.
Yes. Okay.
But we didn't see that because Jacob, as far as we can tell, he went by himself.
Okay.
So Genesis 29, starting at verse 1. So
that's right. He had to flee.
Yes, he had to flee.
I'm getting my guys mixed up.
Well, you had to correct me or like, Anna, you're talking about Rachel, not Rebecca. Like, oh yeah.
Her title was wrong.
My title was wrong.
But hey, I just was making sure, we could talk about whoever.
I know, I get them mixed up. So Jacob had to flee. So his mom knew that Jacob needed to flee. And so she used him finally getting a wife at like 40-something years old as an excuse to flee to go get the right kind of wife. So verse 1 says, so Jacob went on his journey and he came to the land of the people of the east. And he looked and saw a well in the field. And behold, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of that well they watered the flocks. A large stone was on the well's mouth. Now all the flocks would be gathered there, and they would roll the stone from the well's mouth, water the sheep, and put the stone back in the place on the well's mouth. So I kind of did a recap because they had deceived their dad to get a blessing. And I'll tell you, my brother, who's 5 minutes older than me, will tell me that 5 minutes counts. So that's what we saw. Oh, I'm sorry.
5 minutes?
Yeah, that's it. 5 minutes.
That's a long time to not have the second. Normally the second baby comes out a lot quicker.
I'm sorry. I've heard some longer.
Really?
Well, yeah.
You're just hanging out there, Anna?
Well, they knocked my mom out.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how I showed up. It wasn't a C-section.
Okay.
I think they had to come get me.
I was just asking, when you get comfy, we get comfy.
Well, he decided to be born. So the joke is I shoved him out and he wasn't ready yet.
Okay.
So he came out feet first.
So
they knocked her out because this is the 70s.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm assuming they just used the forceps on me.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I'm assuming. Anyway. So we knew that Esau had sold his birthright to Jacob for a bowl of stew because he was really hungry. And if you haven't, this was actually in Genesis 25 that God talked to Rebecca. So now if you really want to have fun, you can listen to Genesis Set for Life Radio. Pastor Ray Jensen does a great job on it. I was actually listening to parts of it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh yeah, that's a good point. But yes, that's what Esau did. And for some reason he thought he would still get the blessing. So that's why Jacob's on his journey. Now, not once do we see Jacob saying, you know what, I'm being sent here to find a wife. Lord, help me find a wife. We don't see that. Genesis 27:46. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife of the daughters of Heth, like these who are the daughters of the land, what good will my life be to me? So she's a little on the dramatic side. So this is why Jacob had to leave, which is important because this is part of God's covenant promise. He needed Jacob to leave. He wanted Jacob to leave. He didn't want him to be deceptive, but he wanted him to leave.
Sometimes the Lord does weird, unexpected things to what?
Ray walked by, flapping his arms like a bird.
Oh, God.
Sorry, y'all.
Listen, it's not boring around here.
No, it's not.
Anyway, what was that? Okay, so the Lord, sometimes we drag our feet. And so the Lord gets dramatic in how he makes us
kicking and dragging sometimes. We're kicking and screaming and dragging our feet, but he's like, no, you're coming with me.
Yeah. So like, for instance, like I needed to, I was supposed to move out of my house in the middle of my separation. Okay, that sounded wrong. Okay, we were in the middle of a divorce.
Right. And he was a cheater. So the correct grounds for a divorce.
Absolutely. And so I was trying to stay put in a home that the Lord was trying to move me out of, and I refused to go. So I ended up in this pretty violent break-in I was not home for, but they did try to get in several times prior while I was home. Anyway, and so it was violent. They destroyed the house inside, etc. And so that's what made me move. So everything else the Lord did before that, I wouldn't go. And I could see where he would try to make me move on and move out and get to a safe place. I was not safe from the man I was married to, etc. Anyway, so it took a violent, traumatic break-in to my house before I would take a step.
Leave like you were supposed to.
Take a step in God's direction. So he does what he needs to do because of our hard-headedness.
Yeah, we can listen or we can feel.
Yeah.
I
always say it's happening. You either do it the easy way or the hard way, but it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why that's why Jacob came to the land to the people of the east, Abraham's family. So Rebekah's intention to save her son is to get him a wife, but not like I said, but we never saw anybody praying about this. I mean, we should be praying for our spouses, our children's spouses. I'll admit, I didn't think about really praying about that. I just figured it wasn't going to happen our son wound up getting married early. I wasn't expecting that. So I sort of prayed, but not really like I should have, because that was all new. I should have done it. I pray for spouses. So now I've learned my lesson. So now I pray for spouses for my nieces and my nephews and those in our church and those who want to be married.
You pray for my future spouse.
I do. And I've had some women walk up to me, please don't pray. Please don't pray for me, a spouse or a husband. Okay. Because we've had some who said, don't pray. I'm like, okay. And then they'll come back and they're like, will you pray for me? I'm ready to date and get married.
I know.
Yeah. And we're like, sure. And it was very quick. So, we
were thrilled about that day.
We were finally, that's why we've been wanting that one for a while. Thank you for letting us share our tools to become the women God created us to be. If we encouraged you today, visit us at moderndayabigails.com. Remember, you are loved, cherished, and prayed over.